I used to be way too pussy to tell a girl I was interested in her. I couldn't even tell her I thought she was cute. And then I'd see another taller guy come by and have her laughing and giggling, and I'd just look at him with vengeance. I hated that feeling. I wish I had the confidence to tell a girl what was on my mind in the moment. I had to go through the trials and tribulations of cold approaching girls, going on dates, trying to learn the secrets to women to build up that confidence. But Johnny, you can't compliment a girl. That's simping. Never put her on a pedestal. Shut, bro. I don't give a fuck. If I like something about a girl, I'm gonna let her know instead of just spazzing out. My name is Johnny, and today my goal is to get you to beat those fears that hold you back from telling a girl what you really feel about her. Not in some grade 5, oh I like you type of bullshit, but seeing a girl and being able to genuinely tell her that you're attracted to her in a confident, sexy way. And I'm gonna just briefly tell you a bit of my story. I was always terrified of rejection, of being rejected, but what was fucked was that I knew that girls wouldn't come up to me. I knew I needed to try, I needed to go out and talk to girls to be able to get any sort of attention, but I was just so afraid to. And it's okay to be afraid of it, because it is scary, man. Putting yourself on the line to be embarrassed in front of all the guys you know, in front of other girls, ruining your chances with other girls. When you're like us, when you're young and you've never had that experience of hard rejection, it is terrifying to just imagine it. But through getting experience, through getting rejected, I just don't let that fear stop me anymore. And the time when I really realized just how far I came, in terms of telling girls how I really felt about them was, quick backstory, right? My buddy tries to set me up with this girl, So anyway, I text this girl, out of the blue, hey, I want to go out with you tomorrow night, this place, this kind of deal, this going down, And she agreed to it too, because I didn't think she would agree to it, because it was so, out of the blue, random type of shit. But I was just like, let's just send it, see what goes on, see what happens, And she said yes. Well, she said she was down, and I was like, oh shit, like I was freaking out, Go on the date, and it was the first date where I really felt like where I really tried to be honest the whole way through. Not be honest, but where I was really unafraid to just be myself, Whereas previous dates, I would try to, figure out what to say, how am I supposed to act, what am I supposed to do. I was saying things to her, I was complimenting the girl, fair share of, teasing her, making fun of her too, and really, when I look back, actually, there is some moments where I wish I said more, even. There's some moments where I wish I really, said what was on my mind, really said how I was feeling then. Not in, some fucking, fruity kind of fairy tale kind of way, but just really living in that moment, It brings back to being afraid to tell a girl what you think. Do you really think you'll ever regret giving a girl a compliment as much as you'd regret not giving her one, or not telling her how you feel? Because I don't, man. There's not a moment where I look back where I was like, shit, shouldn't have told that girl that she was pretty, or that I thought she was cute, or whatever. It's always the opposite. I always regret not saying something. I always regret not doing it. Whether she rejects me or falls in love with me, I know that I said what I said honestly, and I told the truth. And there's this bell curve of guys when it comes to complimenting girls, You have the simps down here who do nothing but get on their knees for a girl and compliment her and say a bunch of shit that they don't even mean just because they think you'll, I don't know, give them some pussy or something like that. Guys who stay stuck in the nice guy trap, I don't think that's the majority of guys, right? But I think the majority of guys are here where they're too scared to give a girl a compliment, to show interest. They're too scared to show interest because, they don't think they don't think they're that guy, or they're fucking incels. You say, oh, don't put her on a pedestal. You got the few, the chads, who aren't afraid to give a girl a compliment, but do it genuinely and often because they have just such a love for the world. They can't help it. And the guys who seriously think about that, oh, don't simp for her, don't put her on a pedestal. Do you really think that fucking Andrew Tate is going around saying, oh, don't put her on a pedestal? Or do you think he doesn't give a fuck? Do you think that he's really stopping himself from giving a girl a compliment because he doesn't want to simp? Or do you think he just doesn't give a fuck and says what he wants? But what's the practical advice here? How do you give a good compliment to a girl? Now, there's 3 things that you want in a good compliment. You want to be bold, you want to be honest, and you don't want to hover over the compliment. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. To be bold, you want to be straight to the point with her. I think this. I like this about you. The guys who try to come up with some creative pickup line or some creative pun to make, they're the guys who are fucking losers, who have so little confidence in themselves that they think the only way to get girls is to use their creativity or use their fun side, their imaginative side. If you're thinking about what you're gonna say, you're already doing too much. You're thinking too much about it, man. And this goes into the honesty part of it. It should be genuinely what you think of her. Because do you think the guy that has to try and make the perfect line is a confident guy in her eyes? Or would she think that he's trying too hard because he's not confident in himself? Don't overthink it, man. If you think she's cute, tell her, I think you're cute. If you think she's cute as fuck, tell her, I think you're cute as fuck. You know, don't fucking overthink this shit, man. And then guys will be like, oh, so should I go up to girls and say, I think you have a nice ass? Like, fucking crazy. If that's the only thought you get when you see a girl, then you need to find God. You need to quit porn because it's frying up your brain. But the last part is don't hover over the compliment. And what I mean by that is, you know those guys who are fucking desperate and weird? They go to try and make contact, physical contact with a girl, and they like try to put their arm around her. And then what they do is so the girl's here, right? So they put the arm around her and they're just staring at their own arm. Their hand on their shoulder and they're just staring at the hand, like making it fucking weird and awkward, drawing attention to the move that they're making. That's how it is when guys hover over a compliment. When they say a compliment and expect a response, she doesn't owe you anything. We're not doing this so we can get something back, to get a phone number, to get some pussy or the whatever. We're saying this because we're confident men who are confident enough in themselves to go and tell the truth and spread the love in the world that they have. And girls, bro, they have fucking intuition, bro. It's like a superpower or something they're born with. They know when you're bullshitting. They might not mention it, they might not say it directly, but they can tell if you're saying something just to get something out of them. They might play into it, but if you're watching this video, that's probably hasn't happened to you before. Say a compliment like you're saying anything else. Like it's no big deal. If she likes the compliment, you know, and she takes it positively, she gives you one back, perfect. She doesn't, then hey, we're building experience. We're building up that confidence. We're getting that practice. So when the girl that does like us comes by and we talk to her and give her a compliment, then we'll be able to say it confidently and we'll know what the deal is. We'll know how to do it. Won't be fucking stuttering over our words, fucking just busting in our pants while talking to her, you know? We'll be cool. So don't worry about them rejecting you just yet, man. It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. Right now, just focus on your progress, man. Focus on getting better. Focus on getting that experience. Because right now, that's all that really matters. That's all that you can control. And the final thing I want to say is that when you give a girl a compliment, you're showing interest. And when you show interest, you polarize a girl. When you polarize a girl, she's either gonna have to decide to be interested in you or not interested in you. When you go up to a girl and show interest and ask for a number, she either has to say yes or no. She can't just stay neutral and be like, oh, well, she has to make a choice, right? And that's scary because there's a chance that she'll say no, that she won't be receptive to it. So guys will try to stay neutral, just stay the gay best friend. You know, they won't give compliments, they won't show interest, they won't ask girls out. And it's safe to stay neutral, but it also won't get you anywhere. To get a girl, you have to be willing to risk losing her. Don't be afraid to give up the good for the great. Peace out.